it doesn't lose its shape. But it doesn't turn into a jam.
No.
So it becomes like candied.
I love the idea of fennel as well. Put the two together. But
Like when you get one in the back of your teeth, it pops, you get that burst of that aromatic flavour. And it's a very traditional. We use fennel quite a lot in our sweet dishes. So this is definitely celebrating a lot of kind of Bangladesh. A huge batch and freeze sort of 4 portions in the freezer to eat during the week. There's ways of taking one ingredient and making 2 things out of it. So like a butternut squash. Sometimes you chop one up, kind of use half and not use the other half, and then you know it's going to waste big. So there's ways of using up one ingredient in 2 different ways. There's also a really great chapter that I wrote, which I really enjoyed writing, was about all of the ingredients that we waste most in our homes in the UK. So things like bread, like milk, bananas, that kind of stuff. So things like bread, we throw that away. But if you chop it up, and then I make a really yummy granola.
Oh wow, with the bread?
With the bread.
This is how you're blowing. All these things aren't things I'm thinking, I'm quite clever using leftovers, but all these things are very inventive ways of using ingredients. They're not just leftovers.
Wasted is bananas.
Bananas.
They're one of the things that they waste, because what happens is you buy them, and then you buy them ripe, and then they sit there, and then you don't eat them. And also, if you've got kids, they'll be like, oh, I love bananas, and so you go out and buy 24 bananas, and then 2 days later, I don't really like bananas anymore. You're like, great, what do I do now? And I've kind of tried to kind of step away from doing the kind of, I put banana bread in there. I was like, no, because I think people naturally go for banana, and they say, oh, we'll make banana bread. But there's a really delicious drop donut recipe in there. So using your bananas, just literally 1 banana, make a couple of drop donuts, really easy. And then there's the recipe for the banana peel curry in there. But things like milk. People milk that's just about to go, that's on the turn, is perfect for soda bread. So it's kind of ideal. So I give you a really good simple recipe for soda bread in there.
And then from that one basic soda bread, you can add cheese to it. You can put grains on the outside. That's the other thing people don't think. Well, they don't think of like blueprint recipes. They think that recipe's that recipe. But actually, there's so much deviation you can make, and so much more you can make from one basic recipe. Multiple.
For sure.
Yeah. So you said bread, you said bananas, milk. What else?
Potatoes.
So
yes, that's a big one.
So what's the deal with? So you can't freeze them raw, can you?
No, you can't. But you can. So I've got a great recipe in there for potato peel dauphinoise.
Oh wow.
So what's lovely about that is you still retain some of that. It doesn't go mushy. So with the dauphinoise, sometimes the potato was really soft, but with the peel, it doesn't go mushy. So you've still got a bit of a bite. So we've got dauphinoise, and there's lots of tips in there on if you're not going to make the dauphinoise, you can save the potato peels and use them to thicken a sauce. So thicken a soup. So if you're making a soup, adding a handful of potato peels into your soup and then blitzing it down gives you a natural thickener, so you're not using corn flour or flour, especially if you want it to be gluten-free, you just use potatoes. So never ever throw that stuff away. So it's really important, and I really hope, when I wrote this book, I had so much fun writing it because it is true to how I cook, even now.
Or cold frames, that kind of thing, wrap them up, fleece them. Because they go to sleep in the winter, they don't desperately need the light, so you can wrap them up and protect them that way.
There's actually a garden called Creek Lodge Garden, and that's in Norfolk. Well, it's all going on in Norfolk, isn't it? It all happens there. And they have some amazing succulents, but they've been wrapped up really well.
Now, you all got to remember that you're the judges, okay? So whatever these guys say, it's down to you. So, yes, we're dealing with children, yes, they don't like each other, whatever, but you're the judges, okay? You have the vote. So I'm going to step down because it's down to you guys. Right, it's down to you guys now to make the vote, and I'm going to give you a few seconds to think about it. If you want, have a look at the plants closer. Don't be shy, we're a nice bunch, but I'll give you like 30 seconds to discuss. I'll try and calm these two down, separate them I have to, and then we'll go for the vote. Okay? So don't be shy, come and have a look. Like I said, after 3, if you like my cheer, scream his name, whatever, but we need to hear the loudest noise for the winner to win. So, 1, 2, 3. Well, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Right, so we're going to do it again, but obviously this time it's with Kim. So, if you liked Kim's container, after 3, shout, cheer, go crazy. Go very loud for Kim's container. Ladies and gentlemen, who is a sore loser?
Who won, eh?
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a clear winner. The winner is No, I'm joking. The winner is the incredible, the award-winning Kim O'Brien. Please give a huge round of applause for Michael Perry. Please give a bigger applause for the judges.
dark heart
sets off the paint, but they are springy, and that's the good thing about them. They're not going to get completely bullied by the cats.
might launch themselves into them, but they'll spring back, which is a good.
Really good value garden plants that just before.
And then, even after they've had that first flush of flower, if you cut them back quite lightly, you'll get another flush of flower come through, won't you? So that's a winner as well, really. To get them through the winter, and hopefully they'll pull through. If they don't, it's easy to propagate them from cuttings if you take a few sort of insurance cuttings in the autumn.
Yeah,
really good. And just let's finish off with those really bright orange and yellow things that are on there. Some of you will be familiar with these from florists. These are gerberas, and they seem very exotic to me to have to grow in your garden.
So they're gerberas, but they're gerberas that have been designed to grow outside. So again, they've been hybridised in overwinter in a cool greenhouse or conservatory. But the flower power on these is absolutely amazing. There's 7 flowers already open on that, and it's been flowering for probably a month already on the nursery. There's another 3 flowers with their heads up, and if I peer down in the crowns, there's probably 3 or 4 more buds. So those will flower absolutely solidly from now right through till the autumn. So as a patio container by your front door or something in full sun, they're absolutely brilliant value. And the flowers are just as good as a cut flower as a normal gerbera. So when we take, at the beginning of the year, before we sell them, to get the plant big enough, we always take out the first flowers, so we end up with bunches of flowers. And if you pop those in a vase, they literally last for weeks.
Engage an audience. You can't do this and put an advert in a local paper.
No.
You need social media to spread the word.
Yeah.
So I've been very, very lucky with YouTube and TripAdvisor.
Yeah. So
Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah. And also never a bad review on TripAdvisor, right? Everyone.
I was a little bit concerned 3 months ago.
Yeah.
204 5-star reviews, and one person gave me a 4-star review.
Oh no! So 205, I mean, that in itself is incredible. But if you want to get a taste of what Craig does, it's Close to Foraging with Craig Evans on YouTube. You're also now quite busy on Instagram.
Oh, most days, yeah.
So you put stuff up on Instagram, and then how can people come out with you every day, or is it only set days?
Well, the thing is, what I do is very much time dependent, so it's really good from a work-life balance. You can only take people coastal foraging with the tides are below a certain level. Yeah. So that's only about 7 days on the trot. It's not good for 7 days. So I've got this cycle ready, which is great.
Yeah.
But you would soak it 24 hours previous, and you would always put the last layer of raisins underneath, so you just finish the bread on the top. You glaze it with sugar-free time, so you blowtorch it, let it set, sprinkle again, so you create like this last layer on the top. So that was a bit bitter, but you would go in it and it was just silky and smooth, and the custard had kind of like, it was like a cross between creme brulee, like done well, and bread and butter pudding. And
you made that sound better than making love. Didn't it? Hey, I was gone then for a moment. Yeah. Wow.
And it was again. Anyway, I eventually said, I think I managed to get my name out.
Yeah.
And then asked him if I could work for him. He was like, look, here's the phone number for the kitchen, give us a call. I went and did a trial, got the job, and Gary's was incredible, but this was like nothing I'd ever seen.
Yeah, so we're talking another level again.
And I think it was just how wild, like, I'd never, you know, up until that, I'd never seen like a wild sea bass. I'd never seen like